So the tribes are off to a fast start, and they're actually doing a little bit better than I thought. They're getting up a religion. They're getting up. Still wonders are being built, specifically by the Sioux. And we have got pantheons being founded. They're getting up. Almost some of them are getting up their 6th city, while the Europeans, most of them are sticking with 2.
And I know what you might be saying, Drew, you've always said that, playing kind of tall is good for science. And that is somewhat of the case for some civs, some AI civs. It's definitely the case if you're a human player and going for a science victory, then yeah, it's best to have about 4 to 6 cities. Don't go any more than that, because that's when science really takes a big hit. So I could understand why maybe some of you guys would be thinking, well, it's actually kind of good that the Europeans don't have that many cities, because it helps them stay ahead in science. But that's something that I think that my opinion has definitely changed. I know in initial AI only battles, I've always been like, oh yeah, well, these guys are staying small, so they're probably, having an easier time catching up in science. That's really not the case anymore. Having this much experience with these sort of battle things and doing these Let's Watches with Civ 5, I've noticed that, yeah, initially it doesn't help them out that much when a city is really expansive. When they have a lot of cities, they do have a pretty significant science penalty. But by the end of the game, they're generating just so much per turn that the AI actually, it is more beneficial for civs to have more cities and to catch, and they do catch up with science, but that is towards the end of the game. And in the beginning, yeah, it's gonna hurt. It's gonna hurt a little bit. So we'll have to wait and see. But the civ mod that I wanted to really focus on for this one was the Cree. We talked about them briefly because of their location. They can do a lot of different things here. They do have the Sioux, and the Sioux seem to be pretty powerful. They're gonna be powerful. They're gonna get down their 6th city, and they have a few wonders being built, as well as they have the Canadians. They have the Iroquois in the south, the Anishinaabe. They have the English. They border a lot of people. So let's focus on the Cree for a second here. They're going to get down another city just west of the Great Lakes. So let's see what we got. Their unique bonus is going to be founded cities belong to one of the 6 Cree nations based on the surrounding terrain. Oh, interesting. Each Cree nation receives unique city names and a specific combat promotion for newly trained units. Oh, so they're kind of a military kind of geared civ. That's awesome. And yeah, they do have interesting city name generation. They have 2 unique. They have 1 unique unit, and it deals extra damage. It's actually a gunstock warrior, and this is going to it replaces the longswordsman. And it is uncanny strength against gunpowdered units. Oh man, it seems to be a little bit late for that. I don't know if, well, yeah, these guys are still going to have those units. They might be up to riflemen by the time they get out their gunstock warriors, but still, that's really cool. You can also still permanently horses. Now, there are no horses in this map mod, so it makes kind of sense here. But actually, I don't think there are. There shouldn't be, right? I'm not sure about that. I'm not sure about the mod creator and their intentions. We'll see. I haven't discovered that technology, and I haven't seen it as a super big priority at the moment, so we'll have to wait and see. And then they have, finally, it's actually a caravan replacement. Their other unique unit, I guess you could say, 50% land trade routes range. So plus 2 gold for each land trade route connected to another civilization. Whoa. And each major civilization that you have a trade route with provides plus 1 food and 3 XP for units trained in the city. Wow. So the Cree are a very militaristic civ, and they can do a lot here, and I'm so glad that we checked them out. I didn't realize how geared they were for a military victory. I'm not sure if they're going to really go to war. They got different opportunities. They're going to be safe, I would say. They will be pretty safe with their location. I think that they're in a really good spot of staying safe and not doing anything too crazy, not making any big, huge mistakes. Montreal has moved a little bit closer towards Elizabeth's territory, and we haven't really found much out about Mexico. Again, they have about another 30 turns, and that would be kind of an abnormal AI decision if we see them declare war before turn 100. I would consider that abnormal. Just because they normally, it's very common. We always see it. They always start to break out around turn 100. So we'll have to wait and see how confident the AI is. So I know that we've been seeing this, and actually, it looks like they have actually mobilized a military. They're building up a sneak attack. We've seen that before. And they're plotting against Montezuma. No, so they haven't mobilized an army. It's not that notification just yet. Boom, the Aztecs have founded Catholicism. Let's go ahead and review over that and see what we got here. Let's check over the beliefs of Catholicism. So, Holy warriors, boom. I hope they're generating a lot of faith for that belief, because that's really the only way holy warriors is really beneficial. As well, their pantheon is oral tradition, +1 culture from plantations, and the ceremonial burial, +1 global happiness for every 2 cities following the religion. Wow. Okay, not bad. I mean, again, it all depends on how much faith the Aztecs are actually generating. That's a big one. Spain. Okay, so there's the first European to find their religion, and they found Buddhism. Let's go ahead and double check on that. I mean, the nations that get up a religion always tend to do a pretty good job. Although there's only 16 nations in this game, because if the map is so big, there's going to be a lot of cities to take over. Still a lot of cities to take over. So Buddhism, their belief is the church property, which is a founder belief, +1 gold for each city following this religion. So yes, Isabella's going to be making a lot of money, and if the smart AI does its job and allows for, makes the AI purchase more things with all that huge stockpile of gold, then yeah, Isabella's going to get up a huge military. The other follower belief is religious center, which temples provide +2 happiness for every 5 followers of the religion. Pretty cool stuff there. Not bad. We do see our first Mohawk warrior from the Iroquois. Actually, they probably had a few of those. Still got to be kind of worried about the Anishinaabe from the west, if I were the Iroquois. I mean, I know that we're probably all focused in on this region here with the Canadians, the English, America, but you never know with the tribes. I think there's some time, though. There's definitely some time. And Mexico seems to still be plotting against Zapotec. The Zapotec now have their 5th city. Good for them. Almost starting to cut off here. The Mayans are going to get their 5th city. The Shoshone are getting their 5th city. Oh, they already got 5 cities. This is going to be their 6th city. Lots of land just being dominated. Chinook haven't gone for anything else. And neither have the Deni have 5 cities. Doesn't seem to be any more than just that. The Sioux have gotten their 6 cities. So right now I think the only nations with 6 cities seem to be the Sioux and the Iroquois. I think that's it for now. The Cree have not landed. Oh my gosh, yes, they're about to. Look at the Cree. Super forward expansion. And that's something that I was kind of looking forward to. Good for Meier. The Meier got their own wonder. I was looking forward to that. I intentionally kind of put a lot of these civs on the rim of this map. That way it was kind of a battle for the middle parts of America. I figured that'd make it more entertaining, and it will, because there's going to be a lot of really interesting wars going on in this region. It should be a pretty big mess going on in the middle of America, because we will have these forward expansions, like from someone like the Cree, the Iroquois, who knows from what else, the Anishinaabe. Oh my gosh, that's the 7th city they're going for. What are you doing, Iroquois? This is smart. It's smart because no one's declared war on them yet, and they do have their Mohawk warriors, so this could be good. Confucianism by the Mayans. So wow, okay, the natives are doing a lot better than I thought. Obviously, they could still get rolled over, but they have a lot of things that are going for them. First of all, the colonies and the Europeans have yet to declare a war just yet on a native. They haven't declared war on each other either, but still, you know what I mean? It's not like America has declared war on Canada or England. That would be really beneficial for the natives, but still. Zapotec have publicly denounced the Mayans. Whoa, now that's really early for the first announcement. Usually these civs are relatively friendly. I think that we could maybe see a team up here. Maybe look at the Aztecs are getting up a massive military. I think they could defend against the Mexican military. I don't think the Mexico army would be able to deal with all these Jaguars. I know that they would still be able to kind of roll through them somewhat, but because there's power in numbers is what I'm trying to say. World's busiest people, the Sioux are doing a really good job in 3rd place, but first it's Elizabeth, then it's Spain, Sioux, then it's America, then it's the Cree, good job for them, then it's Mexico, and I believe this is the Deni, and Canada in the 8th spot. Zapotec and the Mayans finishing up the top 10. In terms of last place, it's actually the Aztecs, so they're not generating as many hammers. That's weird because, well, maybe it's because they focus too heavily on building a military. I'm sure, the Aztecs, well, remember, this is random personalities. So who knows exactly how aggressive he is at this moment. He could be not that aggressive at all. It seems like he is, though, because of the amount of Jaguars he's built up. Could we see there's no way. There's no way I seriously doubt Montezuma is going to declare war on Mexico. I think he's going to be going for the Mayan capital first, which is going to be interesting. I will say that will be interesting. No more 3rd city. It's only been Washington and Leicester get up their 3rd city. Seventh city from the Iroquois coming out now. The Anishinaabe are not going to be happy. They will not be happy about this. I think they might even settle it coastally right there, separating this city from the remainder of their empire in the north. Oh my gosh, that's going to be a huge messed up move here. The Shoshone, the Deni are also rushing towards this location. Oh my goodness. This is pretty entertaining. This is very, very entertaining. The colonization has been insane. It's turned 78, and I cannot believe a war has not been declared just yet. And the wonders are being built by the natives. It's not the Europeans. The Europeans are maybe skipping out on it, I guess. And that was the Great Wall built by the Zapotec, which is a smart move. It would be more devastating, obviously, if the Shoshone got that, because they control obviously a lot more tiles in their control than anybody else. But still, quite interesting to see them get that up. They certainly need it, because I don't know if the Aztecs were about to launch that on the Zapotec. It's possible. We might be seeing that. Turn 80, it looks like they're actually going for the, yep, boom, they were going for the Zapotec. So this is going to be interesting, because this is what we might see here. We might see, obviously, Montezuma roll over the Zapotec Empire, but I think they're going to run out of a lot of their Jaguar units, leaving their capital totally exposed here. It depends on quite a bit here, but at least it seems like Mexico's kind of mobilizing. I don't know if they're going to be able to do it entirely with just 2 musketmen. They do have their unique units up, which is good. And they have a few cannon units. They might be able to, but they really need to wait here. They can't go too early. They've got to take their time. They've got to be careful of the mine in the south, because they could be that wild card. They still control something strong in the north. They're going after San Jose here. They are going after San Jose. Are there any more expansions? 6 cities for the Deni. The Chinook haven't really colonized anything else besides their 5 cities. Haven't moved down south. And actually, the Shoshone grabbing this location is smart, because it might lock off the Chinook from more coastal cities and more expansion, which is what they really, really need to benefit their empire the most. Iroquois are still looking for that 7-city spot. They might be going for, I'm not sure, maybe Tennessee. No, they're here, west of the Great Lakes again. Another religion has been founded actually by the Sioux. Hinduism has been founded. And I don't know if there's any tension going on between Canada at all. I think a war with the Iroquois is on the horizon. I just don't know when it's going to happen. Let's keep our eye on here, because this is really, really, really important. Now, no one else really plays a role in this game. I think, or I guess in this region here. France is, I think, too preoccupied with the front of Isabella. I know that Napoleon wants Barcelona, but I'm not sure if he's ever going to try to take that. He might not. I could see him maybe avoiding that for a little bit. So San Jose's not doing a good job, but they are attacking across the river. We'll have to keep an eye on how many units they lose. The pyramids have built by Pocatello. Boom! That is what I was waiting for. The Iroquois have been declared war on by both Elizabeth and Washington. I'm wondering if Canada's going to join in, or if they're going to play a role at all. The Canadians, well, again, random personalities. I can't judge these civs as it has been. I was going to mention that the Canadians seem to be a little bit more aggressive than I initially thought. In the previous campaign, Canada was pretty aggressive, going to war with some of those nations like Vietnam. So I don't know what they're going to do here. Again, random personalities, so who knows? I don't know if these nations... I mean, I guess they don't have to fight that many units. We'll have to wait and see, but they don't have that many... Both England and America, they don't have a very, very big military as it is, so I'm not sure how this is going to go. Still, I mean, acquisition of cities is still going to be important for them. A mine wonder, as well as a... who is that? Anishinaabe wonder. The reformation has already been built by the Deni, or it has been finished by the Deni. Dang. That's so funny, because more of the religion has been founded actually outside of the Europeans and their colonies. That is really funny. Oh my gosh, yeah. Did you see that Mohawk warrior try to go up against the musketmen? That was not good. So what the Iroquois really need to do right now is they just need to survive as long as they can. I'm not sure exactly how much these Minutemen are going to start to be produced within Washington's territory. We might see a lot of them, because remember, I believe they have they're about the same as a musketman, but they're a lot easier to produce. Boom, San Jose has been captured, and but it seems like there has been a significant loss, a slight loss. Not sure what Mexico's going to do. So I would say that, yeah, it's somewhat aggressive of the AI. It is turn 100. These wars have been declared a little bit earlier than turn 100, so I would say a bit more aggressive than we're used to. Notre Dame built by England. Lots of extra happiness there. They might actually need a lot of that, too, if they take a city, which they might. Let's see how much damage the Muskemen do to Brantford here. Not that much damage. They're okay. Yeah, not too much damage. They haven't really... I'm surprised that England has no cannon units. And America's not really helping out here as much either. Do the Iroquois have their city down? It doesn't look like it. They don't have their 7th city. They're still searching for a spot. They are still searching. Oh my gosh, look at the Sioux. Look at the Sioux. What are they doing? Are they going for... They might be going for the Cree. It looks like it. Oh man, oh man. It totally looks like it. Okay, so now you have a raw attack from this rifleman. You're going to get a little bit of help. Ooh, another tribal war between the Sioux, declaring war on, in fact, yes, the Cree, the Anishinaabe, helping out from the south as well. Awesome. Now, you got to be careful of the Sioux. That's a big military, and they have access to swordsmen, so they have iron within this region. They found iron. Now, the Cree, we just looked into them. They're very military-based. Oh, my goodness. Now, it is the Dene versus the Mayans and the Sioux, so that's not a super significant one. I wouldn't worry about it too much if I were them. Surprised these wars broke out so much earlier. And it might have been just the fact that I've given them so many more settlers. That might be because, you know, things are getting a bit more aggressive. I am definitely noticing a small change. The Aztecs, I think that they are losing units. So maybe Mexico will go after something here. It could happen. Maybe, possibly. We'll have to wait and see. But I know that there are a few Jaguars that have been lost, but they, you know, the Aztecs have kind of reinforced their eastern front a bit more, which is smart. They kind of needed to do that. They didn't have any other choice. Let's keep an eye on this huge Sioux force. Boom. And that was with one rifleman. They were able to take that city with one rifleman. And he only took half health. They might have just walked into that city. Dang. Oh my goodness. Was not expecting that. Well, maybe I should. America's not doing much here. It seems like they're sending Minutemen slightly up north, but not by much. Now, do you continue on for Grand River or what? And what does Canada do? I actually think now that more than anything, Canada's going to declare war on someone like Elizabeth. I think Canada's going to take this opportunity maybe of helping out the Iroquois a lot. This would be a huge help if Canada declares war on England. And remember, the Canadians got up the Terracotta Army, so they probably have one of the biggest militaries in the world. I'm sure they do, actually. I know that technically the numbers are probably more on the Sioux side, but the Sioux are obviously not there technology-wise. Ooh, there could be some boats that could attack Loon River here. This is their capital city. They would need quite a bit of naval units, but they could technically take over the city. And this is a good city to have because it has access to a lot of different lakes. I mean, it would have been perfect if the map was built a little bit differently. It almost gave access to almost every part of these lakes, the Great Lakes. Okay, so what do we got here? Still, I mean, Mexico's still plotting against the sneak attack here. Zapotec have denounced the Cree. Yeah, the Zapotec have denounced the Cree. You've got multiple composite bowman attacks, while the Jaguar is probably going to be able to... This is going to be big. I imagine that, yeah, the Aztecs are probably going to take over one more city. Chichen Itza has been built by the Shoshone. And the Mayans have gotten down their 5th city. Got to be careful if you're the Mayans, though, because you might lose your capital pretty easily here. Let's watch as the Aztecs boom. Yep, that's what I figured. Taking that over pretty quick. Now the Shoshone and the Sioux have... Okay, so the Sioux have declared a lot of wars. I would be careful. Sioux, you're at war with the Cree in the east, the Dene in the west, and now the Iroquois. Oh, but that's because... Oh, this is not Grand River, but they probably just declared that war because the Iroquois are not that smart with their expansion. Probably just way too aggressive. Oh, yeah, they're trying to sneak attack Montezuma. I'm just not sure if they're going to do it. France is going for their 3rd city. It's about dang time, France. Surprised you didn't do that earlier. Let's see here. Most well-fed people. Okay, so it's turn 100. It is the Cree at number 1 at 7.17. Pretty dang good. I'm not sure if they're probably going to lose some of these cities, though. That's something that you got to keep in mind. The Sioux have got a huge force coming at them. Isabella's in the 2nd spot. Napoleon's in the 3rd spot. The Dene are in the 4th spot. This is the Anishinaabe in the 5th spot, and the Mayans, 6th, Canadians 7, Elizabeth in the 8th spot. But still, I mean, 7. It's all about those 7s, and these Spain and the Cree are way out there. Anyways, guys, I'm gonna have to stop right there. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you guys next time.